Hello and welcome to the Sports Centre YouTube channel. Me and Carl are here today to discuss the breaking news that Mikel Arteta has extended his stay as Arsenal. Is he manager? Is he head coach? Or is it just same shit, different day with these guys?
I actually think he is more of a manager.
You
He
reckon?
seems to he seems to be morphing into like you say the majority of the clubs now have got coaches, but I see him as a bit more of a manager. He seems to have his hands in not just the first team, but a bit more involved in the club.
I think you have to. Yeah, I agree. I think you have to almost
Um,
kind of earn. Yeah. I was literally about to say earn your stripes, don't you, to get that managerial role? Because ultimately, it's like if they put you in the manager straight away, I know we're going off topic a little bit, but if they put you in the manager straight away and you're dealing with this, you're dealing with that, and you know good to get you out the door, it's like someone else has got to pick that up. Whereas if you just basically you're just a coach, mate, and if
yeah.
you're shit, we can replace you. But anyway, back to Arteta. He's extended his deal. I think he was supposed to end the end of this season, wasn't it? And he's now till the end of 27.
He's got another 3 years on it, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's warranted. I think it's worth it. I weren't. I'm still not a big fan of him as a person. I don't like his actions, his demeanour. I think that's just because I'm not an Arsenal fan. If I were an Arsenal fan, I'd love him.
Yeah.
But the way he ramps up and down sideline fucks me off. His barn is like a Lego head. It's so weird. I mean, not that I can say about somebody's hair really, but there's a lot about him that really pisses me off. But you've got to admire him as a manager. I think he's done well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think because let's not beat around the bush. It were a big job to take as your first managerial role.
Big job.
Big job.
And he nearly lost it early on. Yeah, he won the FA Cup on it his first half season or
Half
whatever it
season.
was. But
I,
then
I
there were a
go
lot of
on, mate.
calls for him to be sacked at one point.
Oh yeah. He's fought a lot of adversity, and that's what I was literally just going to allude to. Then, and this is me not digging out any fan base right out, but the Arsenal fan base were a little bit restless at that time. Obviously, a lot of them were 50-50 split in terms of did they want to keep Wenger, did they not want to keep Wenger? And a lot of them wanted to stay loyal just because of what he did for the club. But a lot of
Yeah,
them were just like, look, enough's enough, time to go. And I think for the first maybe couple of years, a lot of them were still in that quite say frustrated, really. Quite a frustrated set of fans, and I think Arteta took the brunt of it. But you're right. I think he has definitely earned it. Um, I suppose the question for you is: has he? Well, I don't want to say failed because the word failure gets banded around a lot these days. But has he missed an opportunity, especially last season by not last sorry no last season the season before when Man City just wasn't quite clicking as well as, and I think Arsenal they just didn't get over the line. Do you think they missed a trick there, or do you think it's just a case of Man City they're just that frigging good?
I think a bit of both. I think it was more last season than season before.
Well, last season,
Last season they were front runners and they ended up. I can't remember who the. I think West Ham were a game there they didn't win. I think it
Villa
might
won
have
it. Villa,
been Villa. Yeah, they lost. They
Orlando
lost.
way.
Yeah, um, but it were in their hands at one point, Arsenal,
Yeah.
and that's why I've tipped them this year to win it. Because 2 seasons ago, it was they fell off a cliff. That were the terminology. They fell off the
Mm.
cliff towards the end of the season. Last season they run City right to the wire. Um, so I think this season could be the season, but it's all going to depend on injuries. I think that because their squad, their bench is nowhere near as good as City's bench.
No. And back to Arteta as well. You think as well through over his tenure, he's made some kind of like bold decisions,
Visions.
hasn't he? Yeah. He's not been afraid to basically lay down the law. He's like, look, I'm in charge now. I'm the gaffer. Remember the Aubameyang situation, Xhaka, when all the fans wanted him out of the team, and he brought him back into the team, and he had a great end to the
Yeah,
season. And then
yeah.
obviously,
one of their best players that season in
It
end.
it was, and then you think to the Ramsdale situation when he brought David Raya in last year.
I still don't get it really. It's still strange to me that because Ramsdale what he's signing anyway, wasn't it? I'm sure Ramsdale brought him in, and then like a season or 2 seasons later, it was like, no, you're not good enough. You go in.
But that's what I mean. I quite like that about him. The fact that he's the only thing which I didn't think he handled very well with that, and he might have done it completely different behind closed doors. But when he came out to the press, excuse me, he said, "Oh, I've got two number ones." It's like, no, mate, you can't have two number ones. You've got
Well,
to
he said
win
they were
the
going to
two.
rotate. He said he were going to rotate him, didn't he? And he never did.
No,
He never wrote.
no. I think
Not
Ramsdale did he come in for the Brentford game and he made a right tits up, didn't he?
can't really remember. I can just remember him not really getting a game, and
Yeah, because
and
Raya, I
I,
think
and I,
Raya were not cup tied, but obviously couldn't play against his parent club.
yeah, and I did feel for Ramsdale, so I didn't feel like he'd done a lot wrong, to be honest. Um, I think he could have done a bit better than going to Southampton as well this season. I think, but that's
No,
another
yeah,
story. That's another
yeah,
story.
I totally agree. But what is it got to a point now with Arteta though? Like, look, he's in the mix. He's year in year out now. He's got Arsenal eating at the top table again, shall we say, competing with City.
Yeah,
If you want, they're like the Liverpool of
a few years ago.
3 to 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, do you think if he doesn't deliver even like some kind of silverware in the next couple of years, he he has to be kind of
questioned.
yeah questioned. Yeah, definitely.
I think he will. I think yeah, he's got to win something in the next year or two. But I would think as an Arsenal fan, they will want a better Champions League run, like a really good, like a semi-final
Yeah.
minimum. Because they've got the squad to. Well, they've got the first team to do it. They've got the first team to win it. The first team's as good as anyone's.
To win the Champions League?
Yeah,
Nah, never.
the defense is. I don't see a better defense in the whole of Europe.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, I'll give that.
The midfield's not far off. It's just it's there's not many players that them players wouldn't get into other teams if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's not many teams that wouldn't accommodate an Arsenal midfielder.
Hmm.
I think all they are lacking is a 25 goal a season player.
Do you think he's kind of he's he's almost gone back 3 years and just thought I'm not playing with a striker. I'm doing Pep 3 years ago and I'm playing with a false nine for all season.
Well, do you know what I think he is? Pep 3 years before, 3 years after. Because whatever Pep does, he seems to copy him a couple of years later.
Yeah.
He did it. He obviously, like you say, he did it with Raya. He wanted a ball playing midfield keeper.
Mhm.
He played Havertz at false nine.
Ben White were a centre half. He turned him into a fullback.
He's bought this Calafiore, who's another centre back, and he'll end up playing him left back.
Yeah.
So it's as though like he is Guardiola, but 2 or 3 years behind him.
Well,
He
I
needs
mean,
to
he
do
was his
some.
understudy, wasn't he, at City?
Yeah, exactly. But it's as though like he needs to just think outside the box for himself, come up with his own idea, and trump Pep.
Speaking of thinking outside the box, have you seen the Arsenal documentary a couple of years ago?
It was the original one, It All or Nothing. On it one, yeah, I have seen it until like with the bloody
What
You'll Never Walk Alone.
Yeah, I'm going to allude to that. And there were a few things on there, but like, what did you make us them sorts of managerial? And like this one this summer, apparently he took every. I don't know how true it is or not, but it's rumored that he took all his players out for dinner, and he hired a load of pickpocketers.
Pickpockets. I
What,
quite
what
like that.
dear?
Yeah, I quite like that. I don't. I think it's a bit more of a gimmick thing. I don't think it actually makes their attention, more aware and all that. I don't think that's. I think it's a good gimmick, and it's a more of a just make sure I want you to be more aware.
Ellen Haaland's
But
creeping up behind you.
yeah, but I think the "You'll Never Walk Alone" thing that were embarrassing. I think, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think especially for it to be on camera and televised,
Yeah,
that would have been cringe. That one, I think it made a bit of a
I
mockery of him. To be fair,
yeah. Um, but I do like them insights that you get.
Yeah, they are good programs. I'm looking forward to ours coming out. I'm hoping it's going to be this season.
Are you in the middle of filming one now then?
No, no, they did one in Klopp's tenure.
Or did they?
Yeah.
Mm,
So you
good.
you you tipping Arsenal for the title then?
Yeah, I mean, I tipped them at the beginning. I'm going to stick with them, but it's the injury thing. If they get a few injuries, like they're all moaning as of now that Odegaard's going to be out for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They're missing Rice because of the sending off. What are they going to be like against Tottenham? And you know, can they still
They've
be down at the top table?
they've got Tottenham City back to back, haven't they?
Is that where you got Tottenham and City?
Question
So,
for you: if
well,
Arsenal lose both of them, is their title race done?
no, no, that's what it'll be branded as. But come on, it's, what, 5 games in?
I know, mate, but this is the thing, man. You can't be dropping. I mean, they dropped 2 points a couple of weekends ago. If they drop another 6 points, if they drop 8 points in 3 games,
No,
I know it's mad to say. It is absolutely mad to say like 5 games in, but
no,
these are the standards that City set. This is the bar.
still, no, mate. It's way too early. There'll be lots and lots and lots of twists and turns.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the Arsenal fans react if it gets another year or two and they haven't won nothing, not even an FA Cup. Be interesting to see if they're still shouting for Arteta or whether they're wanting him out because
I can't. Oh, trophies mean everything, don't they? If they don't win trophies, there will be a percentage, a section, or whatever of fans that were saying, "Look, you've got to go." Media will probably jump on some stupid bandwagon like they do. Um, but as of right now, I think every Arsenal fan is absolutely sewered with what he's done so far.
absolutely, and obviously I don't go to the Emirates like even when you watch it on TV, you watch games 5 years ago, the Emirates were dead. The
Well,
atmosphere was terrible. Now
they've never they've never had a good atmosphere at Arsenal. I don't care what they say. The Highbury was the library, and they brought that also to the Emirates. It was only until, let's say, Arteta brought this new tune in. I can't remember what it is.
North London
Um,
forever.
that one, which obviously I get it as an Arsenal fan. It's probably brilliant for you. But it seems like there's an atmosphere now at Emirates. I'm not been for a few years, but
Yeah, it does. Even like I say, when you watch
it
games on
looks
telly, it seems like it's a decent atmosphere.
it does. Long way it continues. I don't mind Arsenal.
Yeah, no, I always had a little bit of a soft spot for him. Like when Wenger were there, I always liked what he did, but brought some brilliant players in. But yeah, Arsenal fans, let us know in the comments. Are you happy with? Well, I'm sure you will be happy that Arteta's staying for another few seasons until 2027 at least. But let us know also if you don't win nothing in a couple of years, how will you feel then? Give us a thumbs up if you like the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Catch you in a bit.